Before we get into this video, only a small percentage of you guys are subscribed, so it would be nice if you would subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds. And on to the video. Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I will be making an updated version of the Bankage tutorial. So I made a Bankage tutorial last year, and apparently it does not work. So many people actually have told me that it's now working. The main reason was the fact that they didn't properly name the band position, and I actually tried it myself with the whole thing. It didn't work, so that's why I decided to make an updated version of the Bankage tutorial. So yeah, so let's get started. So I already have a Bankage model, and I actually recorded this like not once. I recorded the whole Bankage I recorded the whole video and how I was building it. So yeah, I didn't wanna restart and just break the whole. To destroy the model and then just restart all over again. And yeah, it's just a waste of time. So basically, you can model it the way you want it to be. It does not actually matter. Just make sure it's called Bankage. Yes, the name of the model must be called Bankage. And the second important thing is the position. This is the position where your character is gonna spawn when the player is banned, when he's blacklisted. So these two things are important. Make sure your Bankage model is called Bankage, and the position where the character is going to spawn if he's blacklisted. This is the position where he's going to be, where the character model is going to be in. So the character model will spawn in this area, inside the Bankage, in this position, like right about in the middle. Yeah. So now we can start coding. If you have your own Bankage model, or if you want to model your own, you can pause the video and just model it yourself. Again, make sure the whole model is called Bankage, and the position where the player is gonna be in, like inside the Bankage, it has to be called band position. So now I thought about making the Bankage to be filtering enabled, so basically from client to server using remote event. So that's why I create a remote event inside the replicated storage. Yeah, remote event, call it ban. Yes, make sure it has to be called ban. Inside the starter pack, insert a local script, also known as client script, and I guess we can call it Bankage client. Bankage client. Yeah. So yeah, now we'll define a variable for our player. Local player equals game.players.local player. Then we'll define the variable for a Bankage. Again, it has to be called exactly Bankage with all capitals, capital B, capital C, and the band position, capital B and capital P. This cage, like the cage itself, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be part of the script. You can ungroup it and keep it like that, but I just want to keep it organized, so yeah, I'll keep it like this. So again, make sure Bankage, band position. So now let's keep going. So now we'll define a variable for our Bankage. Local Bankage equals a workspace. Also, you can use game.workspace if you want to. It doesn't actually matter. But if I like to use the global workspace global keyword, and so workspace dot Bankage. And now we'll define a variable for band position. Local band position equals Bankage dot band position. Make sure it's called band position, and the Bankage model is called Bankage. So yeah, I'll stop repeating this over and over again. I just want you guys to let you guys know and be aware that this whole thing matters. It has to be called like this. Or even if you do like call it a different word, like say dog, I guess, like call it dog, and this cat, I guess. I don't know. if you do call it a different, like say for example the package is called dog and the band position is called cat, you're not supposed to copy all of this. You're supposed to define it the way it's supposed to be, because it's inside the workspace. So right now it won't, the word band cage in the workspace does not exist, because it just does not exist. So it'll throw an error. So that's why you have to keep it the way how it's called. So in this case we call it dog. Well, obviously I'm not gonna keep it that way. This is just an example, just for you guys to let you know. So I'll just keep it band cage, and then this band position, and yeah. Alright, so now we can do an if statement that will check it will be working in a certain condition. And here's going to be our blacklist. In this case, I'll blacklist myself. If player.name equals President Ivan, then, so this is a condition. If the player's name is President Ivan, then we'll make sure the remote event is fired so that I can be banned. So I can be inside the ban cage all the time. So we'll use the fire server event, and yeah. So now we can insert, let's go back to the base plate, and insert a script inside server script service. You can call it with whatever you want to. You can also call it with whatever you want. The client script, you can call it whatever you want. I'll just call it remotes, because that's where their remote events gonna be stored. Like that's where we're gonna be earning things. I mean, unless you can call it main, I don't know. I'll keep it remotes. Again, that does not matter at all. So now, game the replicated storage dot ban dot on server event connect function and our variable. Also, I have to let you guys something know. So, but when you use the remote event or the remote function, so inside those parentheses, you should always put some parentheses, not parentheses. So inside the parentheses, you would put variables, also are called arguments. So, so in this case, if we want the player to be inside the band cage with the, so it'll stand in the band position, we'll have to use the remote event and fire it. We'll be using the argument called band position, and we have to write the property, because we just wrote the name of the part, but we didn't specify the position, like the specific property we're going to be using. And in this case, we're going to use position. So yeah, and as I was saying, in remote events and remote functions, there are certain things called arguments, and they're used. Those arguments are used everywhere and everything. It's not always in a remote event. I mean, it's always. So what I'm trying to say is that something very important is that the first argument is always have to be player. You can name it whatever you want. It's always going to be linked to player. You can call it dog. You can call it, I don't know, parrot. It always has to be player. So you can name the variable or the argument to whatever you want. It's going to be always going to be player. And then our second argument is going to be the band position, since we did actually tell the remote event to fire, from client to server, and do some action. Like in this case, our action inside the remote event is to ban us, to ban me, and put me inside the cage. So player.character dot humanoid root part dot cframe equals cframe dot new and ban position. So my point about this whole thing is that you guys have to understand the reason why I'm writing. Sorry, the reason why I am writing this is that you guys understand how these things work in the remote events, because it's not actually that hard to understand. I was just trying to let you guys know how to actually set up these arguments. Again, you can name it whatever you want. You can call it dog, and yeah, it shows us an error because we don't see, it says unknown global player because we didn't define a variable for player, so that's why we put dog, right? But it's kind of weird, so I'll just keep a player, and yeah, I'll put it back as player. So I hope you guys actually understand how this whole thing works. But now I think we're actually done. Also, if you want to put multiple people, don't just copy and paste this and just put somebody else's, because it's not gonna actually work. It's not gonna work at all. So that's why use the keyword or. So if player.name equals my username President Yvonne, you can do or player.name equals I don't know, somebody else's, your username. So you could put anybody's username who you want to ban. So yeah, but I'll just ban myself, and that's it. So we'll keep it like this, and now we can test this whole thing out. Also, if there is going to be an error, I recommend you guys to always check the output, because it shows you everything. It shows you the errors and everything. Sometimes there are some cases where if you have an error, it doesn't always print out the error, probably because it's not really an error or something. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the output does not print an error out for some reason, but in this case, I don't think we have any errors. Oh gosh, it's lagging. And we are banned. So we'll check the output. We'll see there are no errors. Oh, but by the way, these errors are just from my plugins I have, like right here. It's nothing. It doesn't matter. It's nothing related to our scripts we did here. So it's not affecting any of this. And as you can see, there are no errors related to the ban cage, meaning everything we just did worked. And the fact that we see in our own screens is that it works. I'm in the ban cage. I'm banned. So, oh wow, I actually got out. Yeah. Make sure you guys don't make it that wide, like those, like the barriers. Don't make it that wide, because, you know, players can still like glitch out or just actually kick it out here. So that was my bad. I apologize, but anyway, so it works. We got ourselves banned, and yeah, guess I can end the video here. Oh yeah, I want to go over the scripts that you guys actually understand what we just did. So yeah, we defined a variable for our player, defined a variable for our ban cage, the ban position. Then we also did a condition that checks if the player's name is President Yvonne, which would be my username. So if I joined the game and my username is President Yvonne, then it'll fire the event and print and do some and execute the code right here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I apologize for not making videos as often, and I didn't really mind making this video. Just I realized about the fact that it doesn't actually work. So my apologies. And yeah, I'll try to post some more tutorials more often. And it's summer for me. School has ended like literally yesterday, so I'll be posting some more videos more common. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Goodbye.